Policeman killed during a robbery. 4 men in custody for supermarket holdup and shootout with police. Tic Tocker killed live while broadcasting. Kingston College and Garvey Maceo are Manning Cup and DaCosta Cup champions. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. A policeman was killed during an armed robbery at the Texaco service station at 2 East Avenue off Beechwood Avenue in St. Andrew on Friday night. He has been identified as 47-year-old Corporal Christopher Simmet, who was assigned to the Kingston Western Division. And it's reported at about 10:53, 5 men, all armed with handguns, drove up to the service station in a white Toyota Wish motorcar and robbed employees of an undetermined sum of money. Corporal Simmet, who arrived at the gas station during the robbery, was shot by one of the men and they took his service pistol. The men then escaped with the firearm and the cash. Corporal Simmet, who received bullet wounds to his arm and abdomen, was taken to hospital by civilians, and it is said he was conscious when he arrived at the hospital and gave a good account of what took place, but actually led to his death was while at the hospital. Rather than rushing him to the surgery, the hospital had him filling out documents, so he just stayed there and bled to death. A man who ran away from the Rivoli Spanish town on Thursday leaving behind a loaded M16 weapon is now being sought by the St. Catherine police. According to reports, the individual was spotted carrying a bag about 8:30 on Thursday night as the police team was on patrol in the neighborhood. The team surrounded him, but the man dropped the bag and took off faster than Usain Bolt. And after the backpack was searched, a 10-round magazine attached to an American tactical M16 rifle was found. The American national, who was apprehended last week trying to sneak a significant amount of firearms and ammunition into the island, has been charged by local authorities. Sean Duncan, a 42-year-old commercial driver of Cypress Point Boulevard in Davenport in Florida, is accused of dealing in, stockpiling, and trafficking banned weapons. The American was detained at the Songsters International Airport in St. James, and cops said they found 6 firearms, 200 .357 Magnum rounds of ammunition, 2 Glock automatic switches, and 9 pistol magazines. The American national is expected to appear in court sometime this week. Meanwhile, 4 suspects are now in custody after police entered a building where they had reportedly barricaded themselves following an alleged shootout in Spalding, Clarendon on Sunday. Initial reports indicate that the suspects barricaded themselves after police responded to an armed robbery at a supermarket in the rural town. The reported event unfolded shortly after 2 o'clock. 2 alleged gunmen and 2 police officers, including one currently on suspension, were injured during the reported gun battle. The gunmen barricaded themselves inside the store and were then surrounded by police and soldiers. When they realized that they were cornered and were about to meet their maker, one of the gunmen got on his phone and went live on TikTok and started broadcasting live so the police would think twice, fearing intercom if they were killed. And it seems that what saved them. Police then confirmed the seizure of 4 firearms, including an AK-47 rifle, after the incident. Meanwhile, a TikTok man known as Naya Gang got killed while broadcasting and communicating with another TikToker in Old Harbor. And what is on social media shows him conversing with another man when you could see another man run past him. Naya also ran, but we could hear gunshots in the background, and about a minute after we could hear people screaming. The police said during the broadcast 2 men entered the yard in a bid to escape. Naya ran, but due to them wearing their pants down, not on their waist, he could not run as fast as the pants fell and it tripped him. The gunman then went over him and fired several shots into his body, so he got killed while on TikTok. A woman and her 2 children remain hospitalized after she and the little ones were chopped by their husband during a domestic dispute at their home in Alexandria in St. Anne on Friday. The attacker, who was identified as 57-year-old truck driver Winston Price, died in hospital after reportedly drinking a poisonous substance following the vicious incident. And reports are that the couple was at home with their children on Friday when an argument developed during which Price allegedly used a machete to chop his wife and the children. Residents who heard the commotion assisted the injured family members to hospital where they were all admitted for treatment. And further reports indicate that Price got hold of a corrosive substance and then drank it, and he too was assisted to hospital but died while being treated. Onto sports. Jamaica Reggae boys and West Ham forward Mikel Antonio has undergone surgery on a lower limb fracture after a serious car accident on Saturday. The 34-year-old was transferred to a central London hospital where he will continue to be monitored. The London-born Jamaica international joined West Ham in 2015 and scored 83 goals for the club in 323 games. And he has scored once in 15 appearances for the Hammers this season in a 4-1 victory at home to Ipswich in early October. Schoolboy football, Kingston College have won their third Manning Cup title in 6 years and their 17th overall as they defeated first-time finalist St. Catherine High 3-1 in Friday's final at the National Stadium. Joshawn Edwards gave them the lead in the 36th minute while Demario Daly scored first half added time. Deshaun Byfield then extended Casey's advantage to 3-0 in the 54th minute, while St. Catherine's High lone goal resulted from Rajay Jimenez from a Casey turning the ball into his own net in minute 62. So actually St. Catherine did not really score, but they got an own goal from KC. In DaCosta Cup, Garvey Maceo High won their third DaCosta Cup on Saturday, beating Magrat High in a penalty shootout after both teams were tied 1-1 after normal time. The Clarendon side came from behind to earn an equalizer in the dying minutes of time added and deny Magrat their first title. They added to titles they won in 2007 and also in 2021-22 season. Devonne Davis gave Magrat's High the lead in the 15th minute after taking advantage of poor defending by Garvey Maceo, and they appeared to be on their way to the title before O'Brien came up with a goal with what was the final kick of the game 7 minutes into time added, and they've managed to draw 1-1. And in the dreaded penalty shootout, Garvey Maceo prevailed 5-3. Mona High, meantime, are the new Walker Cup champions after a come-from-behind 4-1 win over Excelsior High for their first hold on the title at the National Stadium on Friday. Kishane Gordon scored a double for Mona, who are winning their second title in 2 years after lifting the Manning Cup last year. Carlton Brown and Marlon Cunningham were the other scorers for Mona, while the Marley Williams got Excelsior's opener. St. Elizabeth Technical High School beat Clarendon College 3-1 at the National Stadium on Saturday to win a record-tying 7th Ben Francis Cup title. Kaim Lewis gave Stets the lead when he scored in the 27th minute before Henry Johnson made it 2-0 when he scored in time added at the end of the first half. Justin Hales gave Clarendon College some hope when he converted a penalty in the 69th minute. But Stets were not to be denied as Jordan Blake came off the bench to score their third goal in time added at the end of the second half, giving them the Ben Francis Trophy. So a recap of schoolboy football. At the end of the season, Kingston College won the Manning Cup, Garvey Maceo won the DaCosta Cup, Stets won the Ben Francis Trophy, and Mona won the Walker Cup. And if you missed the news on this station, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe. That's news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.